For the longest time, I have been awaiting the day when Creative Assembly finally announce that their next historical Total War title will be set either during World War I or World War II. Now, unfortunately for all of us, that hasn't happened yet. Now, I do hope that it happens in the near future, but as of today, we don't really know anything. So I've got something else for you here, something else to tide us over until that day hopefully comes, which I really do hope that it comes. But what we have here is Order of War, a game developed by the creators of World of Tanks, World of Warships, you know, those types of games, Wargaming.net, and published by Square Enix. Released way back in 2009, and what I will say is that this game, it doesn't feel like it was released all those years ago. I mean, that was like 13 years ago, man. That's a long time. A long time, or it feels at least it was a long time ago. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and continue campaign, because I have a German campaign underway. So in regards to the campaigns, there are two. One takes place during Operation Overlord, that is the USA campaign, and the second takes place later on during the war, in fact close towards the end of the war in 1944. Now you'll see easy down here, bullshit. We need Carl Pilkington's bullshit man to fly in and just announce it for what it is.
Bullshit. That's how it would work.
Because this game's difficulties aren't really all that well balanced. Even all these years later, I still stick by it, they're not well balanced. But I'm on the second mission because I want to show you the spectacle of this game. The grand, incredible size of the battles. So we're going to hit that. And just before we jump in, there's an upgrade system which is cool. So depending on how well you do during missions, you're rewarded with points. Now, these points allow you to buy basic upgrades. So, for example, I have tanks and self-propelled guns. So tanks and tank destroyers, basically. Like Stugs or Jagd Panthers, Jagd Tigers. And you're able to buy pretty much very simple upgrades. It's not too advanced, not too in-depth. It's not like Steel Division or anything. It's pretty simple. So, for example, increases accuracy of main gun for tanks and SPGs. Increases traverse and movement speed. What I have purchased for the first upgrade is mobilization. Decreases cost of reinforcements. Now you can upgrade your artillery, your infantry, and of course your armored divisions. So far, I just want my actual reinforcements to be cheaper, if even ever so slightly. We're going to jump in now again. Easy.
Bullshit.
So here we are. Now the game is fully voice acted. I mean, all the Germans sound very American, which is very, very uncanny and very weird. But anyway, look at this game. Now, this was released in 2009. 2009. Look at that. We got Leopold. Let's go. Our big real car artillery cannon. I'll just pause the game here for a moment just to show you something. So, just for a moment, bear with me. You know, just go with me here for a second. How many of you all played World of Tanks, right? How many? Does this look familiar to you guys? This area here? You know, you spawn over here. There's supposed to be a row of buildings here, some foliage. You'd head on up here to the church. Push back the enemy. There's some water there. Sometimes a scout would fall into it by accident. World of Tanks map. Just to prove to you that this is the guys that developed World of Tanks. But anyway, here are the battle lines. And here are where they have been drawn. So we have our line over here. We are the blues. And our allies are the greens. Now they're going to get bloody raffle stomped pretty damn quick. The enemy over here have a lot more armor than we do. They're also going to perform a flanking maneuver, which is going to work incredibly well for them. A lot of T-34s, as you can see. Also some Shermans for the Russians, because they did get quite a few leased to them by the Americans during World War II. But here are pretty much all of the enemy forces that are going to assault us in the beginning. They have a lot of infantry because Russia. They've got a lot of tanks because Russia. And they've got a lot of artillery because Russia. Now what we have isn't, honestly, all that impressive. We got a single trench line here. Infantry with MG42s. They've got their rifles as well. Some MP40s, you know. They've got whatever they've got. They're just basic infantry with a few stormtroopers mixed in. We do have our PaK-40s. Our anti-tank guns, and honestly, yeah, they better hold out a little bit longer than they usually do. This is a pain in the ass of a mission, and if you're playing as the Germans, this might hold you back for a while. So we're going to unpause it, and we're going to get stuck in. The Leopold gun just does whatever it wants. It's going to fire at the enemy artillery and take them out. Eventually, by a certain point in the map, or the mission, sorry, it will have taken out all of the Russian artillery, but at the moment, it's a goddamn pain in the ass. So, let's get our anti-tank guns to start taking out their tanks. I mean, that's their main purpose, right? And these guys will just roll right over us. Like, it is very frustrating how effective these guys end up being. But we need to hold. Now, we do have 132 resources left, but that ticks down slowly. And whatever you have up here is what you can spend to bring in troops. Now, I'm going to let that go for a little while, okay? Because that allied line over there on the right is going to be absolutely steamrolled. Absolutely steamrolled. And I don't want that to really happen, but it's going to. I mean, look at this. Our anti-tank guns are already getting absolutely wrecked. We just need to focus their fire. Now, this game works on basically rock, paper, scissors, you know. Anti-tank guns take out tanks. Infantry gets decimated by armor, unless the armor's very close, at which point they start throwing their anti-tank grenades. It's very simple. But the appeal for me, personally, is just the way it works. Being able to bring in reinforcements, the spectacle of the thing, the actual scale of the battles. I love it all. I mean, I love it to pieces. This game has been one of my favourites for a long time. And I'm just a little bit sad that not many more people know about it, because it is pretty cool. I wish upon a star that Wargaming would have released a sequel or just a remake, because this would be sick. This would be insanely cool. Now, we have some Panzer IIIs here I brought in. We're going to bring in some Stugs to hold the line, but honestly, I've survived a lot better than I did the previous attempt at this. So our T-34s, well, their T-34s are breaking through. Hit them with everything you got. Little Panzer IIIs. Punch a hole in them. Now, of course, the Panzer IIIs were more, I suppose, balanced towards T-34s than like a Panzer IV against a T-34. The T-34's armor was very thin. The guns weren't that great initially. And that it had a lot of design problems. Or is that a KV? No, it's a T-34. Oh, it's a T-34-76. That explains it. That explains it. So, bring the Stugs over here. Put them directly in front of this beast of a gun. I mean, it's about to fire. Look at this. Sweet. Infantry pushing up. But our armor will make short work of them. But yeah, the Leopold gun is basically firing at these losers over here that are trying to take us out. Which is good. But yeah. Our allies are also holding them up a little bit better than I was expecting. But like I said, there is the flanking maneuver that is going to cripple them. So we need to take out this infantry quick. We really, really do. So what I'm going to do is bring in more Stugs. As many as I can get. I want as much armor as I can get. Because once they have destroyed our ally here, and they've cleaned up whatever's left, we are done for. Okay, yep. Just take out the infantry, guys. Focus fire. Focus fire. And as soon as that infantry gets close, they will use anti-tank grenades and Panzerfaust to take out the armor. So, there they go. See them? Lobbing their grenades over. You really don't want them getting close. Those sticker grenades are insanely strong. At range, your tanks will destroy infantry quite easily and handily because they do have machine guns. But up close, it's not as easy. It's really not as simple. So keep infantry at arm's length at all times. Okay, now what we need to do is form up here, because they're going to try and hit us. Bring more armor over there. You know what, actually, let's get some anti-tank gun emplacements. Come on, give me another 11, please. Come on, don't be stingy. Another 11 would be so nice.
The spearhead of the 19th Panzer Division has arrived. You have turned the tide, Herr Oberst.
Let's go! No more Panzer IIIs or Stugs, no. We got Panzer IVs and these things absolutely rack. I mean, they're no Tiger tanks. And you can get Tigers, of course. You can get King Tigers, I believe, as well as Panthers. But these things, I like them a lot. They're better than anything currently over here on the Russian side, so we're going to bring them up for a flanking maneuver. Get them into position. Also, get them anti-tank guns moving too.
You've pushed the Russians back for now, but until you force them out of the bridgehead, we aren't safe.
Okay.
You have to dislodge the Russians from their positions, Herr Oberst. I want you to drown them in that river.
That's pretty dark, man. Pretty damn dark.
I know this is a
You sound very American as well. Could he be a spy? Doesn't sound very German. Okay, we push the enemy back. Now it's our chance for a counter-attack. Okay, lads. Once this infantry's in position. Oh my god, we can command the Leopold gun, so where do we want it to fire? Who's our first target then, huh? You know what? The Americans leased these Shermans to the Russians. I don't think they're going to get them back. The Russians are going to have to pay out on this one. They're going to have to reimburse the Yanks. Let's see. It's fired. At least I think it has. Oh, yeah, it has. Yeah, it has. Right. Everyone's in position. I believe it is time to attack. Our army is prepared. We are in formation. It is time to attack. Let's go. Okay, everyone. Fight well and die with honor. While our force is moving out, there are some things you can do just to get yourself a little bit more information if you want. Such as these tabs here. So this one shows you weapon range, etc. So if I go over this group of Panzer IVs, it'll show you what their weapon range is for machine gun and their main gun. So the orange line is machine gun, the yellow line is their primary gun. And this one here will actually show you unit cards over your troops, just like Total War. I do believe this is the closest you can possibly get to a World War II Total War game. It doesn't have the grand strategy aspect, but for the actual battles, it's pretty much, it's very similar. It's eerily similar. I mean, Wargaming had to have taken notes from Total War for this game. It seems obvious to me. Now our Leopold gun is ready to fire, so we got some artillery cannons back here that we missed, and we're going to fire at them, so they're not firing at us. I think that's a good plan. And we're going to allow our forces to move in now. Okay, the Russians have engaged us and they're moving forward also. We're almost within range. Look at this. 2009 this came out. This was released close to 14 years ago. You have to give it to the Russians. I mean, they're fighting back. They're holding the line. Brave to the last.
Bereit für das Gefecht. Anvisiert und unter Beschuss.
Let's have Leopold fire on this infantry here in the trenches. Let's have a wee look here. We'll take a step back. Most of the enemy armor has been destroyed, and this trench is about to be hit by a massive shell. Any second now. It takes a while for it to travel, you see. Physics. Push up. If they still had that artillery... Oh shit. Pick of the devil, and he shall appear. Move, move, move. Get out of that artillery. I wasn't aware they could do that. That's scary. Oh shit. All they have though is a trench line of infantry. I am losing a lot of armor in this push.
I'm sending you the last of our reserves, Herr Oberst. Let's the Russian camel's back.
Thank you, General. Field Marshal, whatever your title is. Definitely not the title of being an American spy for the CIA or anything, is it? More Panzer IVs. I'm very, very thankful. We did lose quite a lot of our armor there. This is the last of this armored column, I believe. He's sending in for us.
Welche Befehle haben die Koordinaten an?
And there we have our victory. I mean, there's other games out there like Steel Division or Theatre of War, Ruse, but in my opinion, this is the closest you can get to a total war game set during World War II. And it's a lot of fun. And here we have our post-game stats. Just like a total war game. So the mission, we destroyed 382 infantry, we lost 200. We destroyed 93 tanks, we lost 46. Destroyed 12 artillery, etc, etc, etc. Okay, I mean, all in all, excellent. Not too bad, and we got quite a few points out of that, so if I need to, I can upgrade more of my units. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is that you're currently playing. And I, of course, like always, will see you next time. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.